You finished that when you do the mic. Everything for Robbie. I know you. I know you. I will get the machine. I mean, I can. You see that? Yeah. Well, lady, where's our background? Yeah. All that. First. Shoulders. Get your outfits but I think all the art put it so well together. Yeah, let me have you what? People would like to get paid. I know. Like I'm paid. Like you can pay and stuff. So these are gonna be more fun. Yes, they're gonna be like a little goofy. Yes, you should get it. Perfect. Love it too. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. I can find see your style. Thank you for coming. I know, yeah, that's like the funny, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. 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 Wow. Right. Okay. Well, from when you can't say, okay, it's that. And you can attach that to your plan. Yeah. Oh, I also push it down the egg because I just really want to do one with all of you. Okay. Okay. Hang out. Super. I know. Um, and try out the different food, different varieties for one month. Then we put photographer once per there. So yeah, my like we
Who gets a mic? Who gets a mic?
moved there?
Does it? It don't matter which way I see. Oh, oh, all right. Yeah, buddy.
Anyway. Yeah.
Bye.
Got it. Got it. Okay. No.
It's his way. Does that? I'll tell you just it to her like.
Okay. All right.
You can go ahead and sit
Okay.
down, or if they're still doing, okay, like, look. Like, it's all that devil.
I still sore. God, I'm thinking what I was though. I was like the 10 lady. Stop.
Mm-hmm. You never okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't find. I got a straw, but I couldn't find it. It's there somewhere.
Lady, I believe. And calling us a name. I feel no shame. I'm in love. All right, can you speak?
Yeah.
It's all good.
I can speak.
Again,
I can speak.
let me hear you one more time.
I can speak.
Okay.
That's kind of sweet.
Thank you.
I heard you in there.
See, he said, say what you can do. And I said, I can speak properly.
Should I speak too?
He got oh, he was there.
Oh, what
What?
was it called? The longest one.
I love
They
them.
still take a picture from
Look
them.
like Dorothy in green. Not the ruby, but the green slippers. It was a good call.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Huh? I'm on Facebook.
Don't worry.
I didn't hear Robbie. Huh? Oh, can you hear me?
Y'all have a conversation.
Okay. Well, young grasshopper.
My name's not Grasshopper.
Oh,
I'm Johnny Withers. He's trying to call me a different name.
say something, Robbie.
Okay. You're such a pretty color, little girl.
Yeah, little girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we need to fix stuff.
Okay.
Did you just come back up? Okay.
What?
Okay.
Christopher.
Here, Zach. Here, I'm giving you me. This is my phone. I gotta mute. Mute me. I don't know how to mute that. Oh my God, Zach, you so right. It's scratchy. Huh? Oh, scratchy. We were blue. Here you go. Weren't we blue?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, ladies.
All righty.
Okay. Oh, this screen ain't like this screen right here isn't on. This monitor isn't on right here. Okay, yeah, you're gonna definitely have to mute my phone. Okay, Christian, give me a second. No, my Facebook isn't muted. I'm live.
Right now?
Yeah. Yeah, they watching y'all right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, start talking to him, Miss Dane.
Seriously?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been watching for a
I
while.
didn't know that. That's not fair. Wow. Out of the world. He shouldn't do it. Yeah, we didn't know he busted.
Busted on. We did.
Okay. I need the TV though.
She making sure it works. Sure.
Okay, there we go.
You know how to
Okay. For whatever reason, y'all seem far away from me today.
Is that chair need to be screwed over?
It was,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe
the chair
I
was closer.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Hold on, miss.
Everything was a little bit closer. Yeah, that's
And this table is different. It was kind of screwed over, to be honest. But you know.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
yeah,
There we
we
go.
are.
Okay.
I didn't know it.
Christina, you ready for us? Okay, Christina is ready for us. Oh,
Okay.
Got you guys. That's beautiful. You guys are going to do the same thing as last time. Pretend to talk to each other. Very like.
and I'm kind of jealous that y'all over here together, boo, and I'm all over here by myself. Yeah. But how clean is these colors and all of us in jumpsuits? Okay, that's my first. You ready for us to laugh? Okay, let's laugh.
A romper will save a day.
Okay.
A romper.
Okay, Ms. Ann, go ahead and pray. See, even though Robbie and I already prayed.
Oh, okay. Father God, we thank you for this awesome day that you have made, and we are rejoicing and we are truly glad in it. We thank you for your presence here with us, and we thank you for your leading of the Spirit of God as you go forth, give us what to say, what we need to say, and what we not need to say, that you will be glorified and you will be lifted up, and everyone will be edified by the word that comes forth.
Yes.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Okay, Zach, I feel so naked without my phone.
He did.
No, I just like having I just like having the time. But Zach, unless you go out to Facebook yourself, is your phone where you got some back? All right, then let me have mine back then.
Charged.
Cause I need Thank you, sir.
Yes.
No, baby, they got
Wingstop.
Wingstop. They ain't right. They ain't right by no stretch of the imagination. Don't it? It's just Wingstop.
I just don't eat Wingstop myself. I don't like the seasoning has a little bit more in it I want to handle.
Okay.
What time is it?
6:54. I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm good. Did you want to share? Did you want to share this page to your page? Do you know how to do it?
Oh yeah. How do I do that?
You go onto my page and then you'll see the live and then you hit share.
You have told us something new to do. That's what I said. We're in school doing something new. We're not safe now. We're not safe. Everything we do will be on there in a minute. Yeah.
On your page.
Yeah.
It's already selected, so we're good. I don't know if that chat.
Oh my gosh, there I am. And just sit share.
Yeah.
Share.
Everybody, I don't want to know where I'm at. Just got it.
Huh? Oh, you got some folks you don't want to stop.
Some people I don't bother with. Okay.
Sometimes
What y'all do?
so I Frank realized I had the road past going to. What did we get up to?
We've always had the two.
Oh, it's blocked on my.
Start
Oh,
talking,
okay.
Shantae. I'm waiting on that.
Oh, I was wondering, everybody don't, no.
This is the one.
Sure.
Yeah. Make me big, bro. Make me big. Okay, y'all. Like 100%. I want to welcome you all. We're getting ready to go live. Now, last week we had some technical issues, but that's okay because everything happens for a reason. And so we are redoing the episode that we were scheduled to do on last week. But we've had a week of additional wisdom that God has just really been playing on in my life. So get ready. We are 4 minutes away from a great conversation. So you have time to go invite somebody. And if you are watching this, if you're watching the live, go ahead and hit that share button and share this video, share this live with somebody that you love, somebody that you know that needs to hear some wisdom, that may be going through, needs some encouragement, needs some uplifting, or just support. I just want to always thank you just for supporting. We look at y'all can't see us yet. Can we switch over to the next camera so I can show y'all how good we are looking? We we are here and ready to wow y'all with our good looking selves. Okay. Oh, all of us in our rumples. Let me see. Yeah, let's stand up real quick. Let's show.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's.
yeah.
Yes. Look at us as we go, baby. Okay. Anyway, so we're getting ready to get started. Robbie, you look so cute. Your green.
Green.
You reminded me, and I want to say it was Dream Girls and
Yes.
West
Dream Girls.
Dream Girls. Okay.
That's
Yes.
I was like, this is like Dream Girl. Who had it on?
Beyonce.
Yeah.
So yes. Okay, so we are good. Are you ladies ready? We are
Yes.
we're 2 minutes out. So I'm gonna keep talking to y'all. I'm gonna keep talking to y'all. Y'all right here.
Okay.
Yeah, before we black out and get ready to go to
Dive.
the dive in.
Okay.
The dive in.
Dive in.
Give us a thumbs up if everybody can hear us with no problem. Yeah. Drop it and go ahead and you can drop your comments and questions because we did get some additional questions
Oh, really?
throughout the week. Questions or your not your comments but your questions in the chat. I'm excited. I've had a long week, a long day, y'all.
It's only Wednesday. Winning Wednesday.
Winning.
We display wisdom by integrating values, experiences, and understanding into decision making, which usually translates into practical actions. I'm Shantae, the host of Next Level Conversations and a wisdom lover. Throughout May, we have been honoring the wise women who have shaped and influenced our lives by sitting down with mothers and daughters to not only understand and glean insights into motherhood, but also explore the bond relationship between mothers and daughters. Women learn wisdom at an early age by watching their mothers. This wisdom usually helps them develop strong moral compass, strengthen their decision making skills, and build emotional intelligence, nurture empathy, compassion, as well as help them grow spiritually. And tonight, I'm honored to be joined by a Proverbs 31 woman. When she opens her mouth with wisdom, the teachings of kindness are on her tongue. I love it, y'all. I ain't gonna bother to lie. I love her. So please help me welcome Miss Diane Irving and her beautiful daughter. I'm calling her Dream Girl on tonight, Miss Robbie Litnz, to the couch tonight. Hello, my beautiful ladies.
Hello. Hello.
I thank y'all. One, I'm going to thank you again. Y'all get a double thank you because
Okay,
one, y'all said yes.
Mhm.
Last week we had some problems, so we couldn't go forward with the show. And y'all came back. So y'all said yes again. And I just want to just let you know how much I really appreciate the both of you for being here and looking so good. Oh, so good. Mother and daughter, they look good. Okay, so we started last week, and what we've been doing all month long, we've been talking with mothers and daughters. We've been talking about the bonded relationship that is developed between mothers and daughters. We've been talking about the motherhood journey, and we've been giving insights, different stories, and just kind of inspiring other mothers while they're in their journey. This week, I really want to concentrate, and we've had a lot of questions that have come in, so we're going to hit that part of it at the end, towards the end. But I really want to concentrate on the wisdom that comes not just from age, but experience in motherhood. And Miss Diane, you are a woman full of wisdom. And the thing that I love about you is how you so freely give the wisdom, and you're so open with sharing the wisdom that you've learned in this life. And my girl over here. She is the daughter of wisdom because she's full of it. And we learn it by not just experiences, but by our mothers. Before we start really talking to mothers directly and answering some of the questions from our audience, I want to give the audience an opportunity to kind of get to know you ladies a little bit and about your journey, your relationship, what motherhood has been like for you, what it was like being a mother to Robbie, and Robbie, what it was like being a daughter to Miss Diane.
Wow.
So who want to take it away?
She's going to let me do that.
Oh, she gonna let you?
Yes, she's going to let me do that. A mother to Robbie, that was the question.
What it was like? What was it like?
You know what? From the very beginning, I think I had said something last week about the fact that she was like this beautiful little, I call her white chocolate. Call her white chocolate. They handed her to her. She had this big old curly afro, like she had a wig on, and she's looking at me, and I couldn't hold her because she was a big baby. And I guess I didn't drop her because I told him, get her. She was like 9'5" pounds, and I'm just a little bitty thing.
Was she long? Because she real tall.
She was 21 inches long and 9 pounds, 5 ounces. So, and I was like, please get her. Oh, it's just out. But she was looking at me the moment she got out of there. She's looking at me with these big eyes and this big afro. She was so cute. And innocent right then.
Wait a minute, you know this, she put that right there.
Right there. Yeah, because she was a handful. She was. My mom was going to be with the Lord. She was like maybe 18 months old. My mom said, what are you going to do with her? I said, Mom, what do you mean? She said, are you kidding me? Are you not paying attention? Robbie's a handful. I said, yeah, Mom, it'll be all right. That's all I can say. It'll be all right. Because she was strong-willed.
Oh, even as at 18 months?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she get that from you?
I wasn't that strong-willed. Well, I am now. My mom was strong-willed.
Really?
And so I am now more, I'm outward. Before growing up, I was the oldest of 13.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't allowed to have a whole lot of, I don't know how to put it.
Freedom.
Well, freedom wasn't there.
Opinion or voice?
No voice and no opinion, and just help do home care with my brothers and my mother and my father, and just do that. And so that's pretty much. So I wasn't a happy-go-lucky kind of kid.
Okay.
I really wasn't. I really wasn't that way. I was too responsible too early, but it had to be done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it had to be done.
So as a result of the way that your upbringing, do you think you intentionally, or let me ask this way, what type of things did you intentionally do different with Robbie?
Okay, with Robbie, she was pretty sneaky right away.
Nuh-uh, not, oh baby, she just done totally.
No, but she asked. With Robbie, like I said, at 18, she just had her own personality. I'd take her out all dressed up, and she'd be dialed up. Just like she is now. I have her all dialed up, and I got her in the carriage, and she's talking to everybody, and she's like 18 months, 2 years old. You know, she talked real fluently for 2. She was just, everywhere I was, she was everybody's friend. You know, in the carriage. Even when she was little, she was just that way. Yeah, she's still the same way she was when she was a little girl. Really vocal with everybody. Everybody was her buddy, her friend. And she didn't matter who it was. She was just like that. She'd reach out no matter what.
So how did your parenting, your parenting skills change? Because I know you raised a lot of your sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
And we started talking about this a lot last week. Y'all missed a really good conversation where we didn't have no sound. Sorry. But we started talking about this, but you were talking about how you were, as you said, the oldest of 13. And so you've been a mother since you were a little girl, just mothering. How did your parenting styles, what type of parenting tools, techniques changed from when you were a kid and you were coming up and raising your sisters and brothers, or even just being
Didn't change.
It didn't change.
It didn't change.
Really?
I pretty much, whatever my mom taught me to do with my brothers and sisters, I did that with my children. I did the same thing. My mom was a phenomenal mom. She'd be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, grits, bacon, sausage, eggs, the whole works. She'd be there with us getting out the door. I did the same thing with them, you know, when they were growing up in school. I'd be up early with them, getting them out. The same thing. My mom was pretty strict. I was pretty strict too. I have to admit it. I was strict. I mean, you had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were raised in the church. They kicked you out of the Baptist, and you went on. What did they kick you out of the Baptist?
No, they kicked out Mother Fanny. They kicked out Mother Fanny because she spoke in tongues.
Right.
That's what happened.
Me too.
We did. Because when I came back to that same church, they didn't want me in there. You know, visiting the church I grew up in. And that's Miss Diane. She's not like she used to be. No, they don't want you there now. And she Pentecostal. Sanctified. Because you say she's sanctified now. She's not going to stay. She's not going to stay. Don't worry. I didn't.
You're so funny. So in your strictness, how did Robbie respond to that part of the upbringing?
Wow. Robbie rebelled. Yeah, she rebelled.
Do you think it was because you was just so strict?
No, it was part of her nature. She had a baby. She just had her own personality. She wanted it a certain way. She tried to get it her way no matter what. And if you didn't go along with her, either she's getting a spanking because you weren't going along, it was going over, or we had to compromise, and I let her get away with it this time. So that's how we lived. You know, she's getting a spanking.
Like she was on lockdown.
She's going to get a spanking this time, but this time we're going to talk it out with her. We're going to see, is she going to work with me?
Was that when I was younger? Because I do
remember all the spanking.
Do you remember
There was no compromising. There was no compromising.
There was some.
You just got tired and went to bed and didn't get up that night. That was a compromise.
Hey, Miss Robbie, what was life like being Miss?
Okay. I mean, it was good. She was everyone's mom. She was everyone's mother. Like literally, my mom was everyone's mom. She was a youth minister, so she was everyone's mother. Um, I don't know. I think I just had so much competition. That's how I felt. Like I had
Really?
Yes. It's like I had my sister. I'm just being honest. It's like I really was. And I'm still the same way. That I don't try to offend anybody, but I'm just like, I am who I am. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. I'm just, and I don't conform very well. I'm not a conformer. So my sister conformed, I love her so much, but she played the part. I could play the part and win an Oscar, or I didn't want to.
And you just said you
And I
weren't
just
going.
didn't want to.
And do you think?
That's true.
And you and your mama butted heads because
Yeah.
of it?
Yeah.
I was afraid of her. So respect-wise, don't get it twisted. Now I was honoring, but I was afraid. Because she did not play. As little as she was, I never spoke back to her. I never talked back. No, I'm not doing that, Mom. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
She didn't play Missy Ann that one time.
No, I never did anything out of order like that. I just, when she said what she said, she meant what she said, and that was it. And I just did it a little slower. And she was like, I told you 10 minutes ago. Street lights been on for 2 minutes. Now you gonna get it. She didn't play. So, I mean, she was a great mom. Like, all my friends loved her. She's always been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she was strict, but she was a good mom. Like, very good mom. Involved. In your face. Nothing got past her. Nothing. I don't even know. She said I'm sneaky, but I don't know how. Because I always got a whooping. If I was sneaky, I wouldn't get the whoopings. But I was getting them.
No, you just got caught.
She got caught.
You just got caught.
I just got caught.
One of the things that I realized about my mama, and I realized this at a very, very young age, and part of me think that I missed out on part of the relationship with her because she made a very huge distinction. I am not your friend. I am your mother. And so she never crossed the line. She never crossed the line of even allowing us to even mistakenly think that she was our friend. Not in her talk, not in her discipline. She was always consistent. And she was, I am your mother. There is no friendship action up in here. And I look back on it now, because again, I was raised in the church, Pentecostal, very strict, very, very, very strict household. I look back on it now, and parts of me feel like I miss getting to know who she was then, or what our relationship could have been then, because that distinction was so set. And I think it was because that's how she was raised. Did your mom raise you like that?
Pretty much. My mom's dad was a pastor. Well, he was a preacher. He didn't pastor. Her grandfather was a pastor. She was raised strict. So she was pretty strict, but my mom was kind of laid back. She picked opportunities to just, well, why don't we just go get a pizza and put on the scary movies? And she just did stuff, or she'd bake up a barbecue 7 slabs of ribs and invite the whole neighborhood. And we had a swimming pool, but she turned into a party time. And then sometimes she didn't turn into a party now. I'm just saying, it wasn't like that all the time. But she had seasons where she felt like entertaining, and our friends were welcome to come and all that kind of stuff. And my mom and I could talk about almost anything. Now, I don't think her mom and her had that kind of relationship, because my mom got married at 16. And I know they didn't have that kind of relationship, because I found out later, because I have my aunt who was 4 months older than me. She passed away some time ago. That was my playmate. So my mom and my grandmother were pregnant together.
Oh, wow.
They didn't have that buddy kind of relationship. It's like my mom came out of my grandmother's household and started her own family. And my grandmother still had children. I think I had another uncle who was born after me, after her. So they were always, I don't think they were ever buddies. I know my mom loved my grandmother.
Oh, without
My
a doubt.
God, she'd do anything for her. But and they go and talk a little bit, but they never, I noticed that they weren't really like my mom and I were. You know, I could talk to her about anything. And if I try to hide something from her, she was on the ball. She already knew what I'm hiding and just would confront me. She just do that. She was like that. But I didn't see that with my mom and her mom. I didn't see that kind of, I didn't see the closeness. I didn't see it there.
And did y'all's relationship? Because I know what it is now. Because my mama is she my dog now. I mean, that's right, girl. But growing up, we didn't. But did y'all have that as you were coming up as a kid, or?
It was more for me, because she was fun, but it was like, it's not our relationship now. She kept me in my place because she was mom and she didn't play. And she never made it hard for me to realize that she was mom. There wasn't a blurred line that you know what I mean? And I just knew that's my mom and respect. There's certain things I would not say in front of my mom. We're not gonna be disrespectful in front of my mom. We're not gonna, you know, there's just certain things, you know what I mean? I don't think our relationship really shifted in a different direction until I got older. Because when I was a teen, I was hard. I mean, I knew I was hard. I just was going through a lot. So I'm just like very emotional. I am. And, you know, let it go. I mean, God has done a lot of work on me. You know, I'm a good project. But I just, I think our relationship shifted when I had my baby, when I was a teen, because I was a teen mom. So, you know, my mom taught me how to be a phenomenal mother because she was a phenomenal mother. And regardless, I knew what to do because I had watched her. So I always get, like, now I can talk to her about anything. I didn't, like, when I was struggling, and something changed. It really happened when I had my son. I didn't, to this day, I don't really have to say anything to her. She knows.
She just knows. Yeah.
She knows. And then if I just try to like candy coat it, she knows. You know, she knows.
But that's a mama for you.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah.
That's a mother for you. What was it like for you having a daughter who got pregnant at such a young age? How did you, as a mother, handle that, guide her, keep her steady and strong in herself and in the responsibility that she had to?
I had to do the same thing because I was married early, my freshman year in college. And so I was married. That's early for me. You know, I could have been a doctor, babe. I was already raising all my kids. My sisters and brothers taking to the drive-in and movies with me. So that was early for me. But I think the fact that she was teachable. That's the key.
That's interesting. That's a very
She was open. She was vulnerable. She knew she needed help, and she would open up and tell me when and she wasn't always that way, but when she became a mother, she'd open up more.
Yeah.
Mom, what should I do with this? Was that somebody had a baby and they didn't know what the umbilical cord was? Was that you? No. Oh. Be crying. I was like, "I girl, let's took it off." No, it's another dog. But she was open. She was open, you know.
She is.
What do I do? Should I do this? How should I do that? And it changed with motherhood because you want to be the best you can be. And if you've never done it before, you're going to ask for help.
What is, Robbie and Ms. Diane, I'm going to ask you this too, but what's been the hardest part about motherhood for you?
Wow.
Not being like a disappointment to my boys. It's like I want for them to be happy. I want them to, I don't know, I want them to admire me. I mean, I don't want them to, I just want to like be a good mom and, never make them not feel loved or not feel seen. And that's, to me, is just how I just want to make them proud. Like, that's my mom. I'm proud. That's my mother.
Do you think you put extra pressure on yourself because that's an underlying thing for you? How do you handle that?
I give it to God. I mean, it's still, for me, it's a requirement to, no matter what, to do things of excellence. It just is. That's just the way it is. And sometimes I do go a little hard. I am a little hands-on a lot.
Yeah.
And I just, you know what? I remember when I was younger and mom tried so hard to be hands-on with me. And I just really fought her. And I just think there was so much stuff going on in the household that she couldn't be as hands-on as she could have been. No fault of her, but I did a lot of things that were so out of order because I had freedom to do it in my mind. I just was doing things. And I'm like, with my kids, for me, and sometimes she helps me pull back, stop, get off. You're like a little monkey on the back, get off. It's like, I'm just very hands-on. The attentiveness that I give my boy sometimes, yes, I know I need to pull back sometimes, but I just remember, I wish I would have had that.
Remember though, you're a girl.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, how is that? You know what?
No, it's
everybody
different.
loves saying that. You don't have to do that with boys. You don't have to do that with girls. I just think all y'all
girls
wrong.
are more self-sufficient.
We are, but no, we are. However, I think because we become so self-sufficient, we get neglected because we want, just like Robbie just said, we want that same level of attention and attentiveness and that hands on. I mean, even though we're so independent because y'all raise us to be that way, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. I still want you to come on over here and maybe me just a little bit. Just a little bit.
She nurtured, like, but it was like it's almost like she's preparing me, like how she was raised, how she prepared me at a young age, regardless if I fought her or not, but to be a woman.
Yeah.
And like literally. And I don't know. I do baby my boys. I'm not gonna lie.
They say what is it they say? Women raise their girls and baby their boys.
Yeah. I mean, they're self-sufficient, both of them, but I mean, I don't know. I show my son, my baby, he let me come to his school before COVID until he was in 8th grade to come and have lunch with him. Up till 8th grade. And he was on the basketball team, but the whole team will come and I would bring pizza, I would bring Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's because
that's why. Wow.
He would call me. He would text me, Mom, are you coming? The boys want to know if you're coming. I'm like, boy, I'm coming. I'm coming. But it's just like, but mom used to do stuff like that too. But like she did.
I did the same thing. The whole church, all the teenagers,
all of them,
all haul into the back of my station wagon, 12, 13 of them, and we all go out and eat, or we all go skating, or all go whatever.
And they show up and I want to go home.
They don't want to go. They don't want to go.
Households are like that. Ours like that. What's been the hardest thing for motherhood for you?
Wow. The hardest thing for motherhood for me is everybody's, adults almost everybody is adults.
Everybody is different when
you're a grandmother. Everybody is, except we got one hanging on. We got one.
16.
He's 16, but he's hanging on. The rest of them are all, 30, it's like, I remember her son. Nobody would ride with that rascal. He was trying to get his license. He was scared. So
It's true.
he was scary.
I
But
don't even
grandma was the only one that would ride with him so he could practice to get his license. And there were some scary times. And a lot of prayer. No, really. I don't know where his mind would be sometimes. I'm sitting there with him, I'm praying. Did you see that? I'm still cool. Did you see? Yeah, grandma, I got it. I got it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I don't have it.
These new ones are a whole different breed.
No.
I ain't gonna even bother to lie. A whole different breed.
Yeah.
You know what? And I guess I could really see that because as I watch my nieces and stuff get older, I just where you going? Y'all were babies.
It's over.
And so I can't even imagine what it's like for a mother or a grandmother
Yeah,
as
this
you
is all
watch them.
grown.
They not babies no more.
Nobody.
They're no great babies. No great.
No great. No girls.
Oh,
All boys.
really?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
All boys.
So how did you, and you know, my mama will tell you you're lucky because she had 5 girls.
Now I would have had.
and-
I'd rather have the boys.
That's Charlotte. I don't understand
Yeah.
what the problem is. Girls, in my opinion, are the
Bad.
easiest. We're
Girls are
not.
bad.
No, we're not.
Mm.
I disagree.
Well,
and
Yeah,
and
that's not
stay
true.
and stay over here on our
Yeah.
side. Don't
Like,
jump to the
don't
men's
jump to
side.
the
Yeah.
boys. Trust.
Don't
God know what he's
jump.
doing.
Yeah. How did you handle her rebellion years?
Wow. Wow. A lot of prayer. A lot of prayer.
And when we say rebellion, because because
It was serious
you know
rebellion. It wasn't playing.
them teenage years
Mhm.
rough. Okay, so can you just kind of give me just a snippet when you say she was rebellious? Give us an example of what you mean in those teenage type years. And
Which one can I tell? Okay. I'm gonna tell that one. Okay, I'm gonna tell that. I was sensitive to God. I know I still am. Because Robbie would get into stuff and I would be alerted. I used to work in salons, and I'd be working in the salon. And one day I was working and doing the ladies' nails, and we're talking, all of a sudden I heard, go home right now. Go home right now. And so the lady I was doing her nails was with my pastor. I said, Pastor so-and-so, I got to go check this out. You're drying right now, baby. I'm going to run to the house because I don't live far from the salon. And I'll be right back. She said, oh, okay, fine. When I get to the house, there's a party going on.
oh, Robbie.
The street's full of teenagers.
Oh, Robbie.
The music is going on. And my oldest daughters, we had a big house, a house full of kids, teenagers everywhere, music. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the heck? So I asked my daughter, where is your sister? She said, well, she's upstairs. So this party, you didn't have permission for this. Well, Mama, we thought, no, we can't think without permission. This is just you being rebellious. And the teenagers were running all different directions. They were running, they were going. When Miss Diana showed up, they're running. So I go in, and Miss Robbie is up in her bedroom entertaining.
Not like that.
No, not that way. She's in trouble because,
Everybody know you ain't supposed to have nobody
in your bedroom, nobody at the house, and definitely nobody in your bedroom. So I was like just too through. I was just like too through. I just couldn't believe it. I almost went berserk on it. Now that's before the Holy Spirit had me too. He didn't have me all the way. He kind of had me, but he didn't have me all the way.
You want to tell your part?
No, I ain't gonna tell the rest of this. Nope, we're not gonna tell all of
We're
it.
gonna tag team.
No, we're
Yeah.
you ain't. No, we
She come in. She's.
I'm
And then
mad.
my friend.
Mhm.
His name's
Friend.
Leon. My friend.
Mhm.
My friend. She was like, you. And he was like, we weren't even doing anything.
I
But
don't care.
anyway.
He was out of place and wrong place at the wrong
the rebellion
time.
kick in. Because she's like grabbing her arm. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I said, that's it. This is me having my moment. I'll never forget. I said, I'm leaving.
Get out.
She didn't say that though. She was
No,
like,
I was
you ain't going nowhere. Sorry. I'm here.
drama.
Drama. Here. This girl, this young lady,
Mhm.
this spirit came back. I don't know if it was a wire or something. She tied me up.
No, she did.
Yes, she did. She tied me to a chair. She was like, "You ain't going anywhere." She said, "Sit down." Yes, she did. So you ain't going nowhere. She turned into mommy dearest.
You gonna sit here? And I don't even know what I said to her. You gonna sit
That's
here?
a true story. That was a
That's
rebellion.
really happened. I said, by the grace of God, I'm not trying to kill you right now, but you're gonna listen to me. You're not gonna ever do this again, and blah 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 blah. And I took the call them, all of them, or whatever there was. I was talking about football. So, if they'd have came, I'd have still been mad when they got there. I know it. And she was like, I'm gonna do that. I know you were, but if you do, I don't care.
So
You hit a pop. You went over the boundary line. Not a foul. You over there in left field with this. That was bad.
So it was prayer that brought you through. It was prayer that helped you.
Me.
And did you have to develop more patience than you ever had before?
Those years with Robbie, patience was sprouting up everywhere. I'm serious. She really was a handful. She would do, and she was grounded. And then I caught her at a party. She walked out. That was a grounding. And a few weeks later, Robbie's had a party. Well, remember you walked us down, yeah, and I bust into the party and said, "Oh my God, it's Miss Diane again." Robbie,
my sister.
no, that was you. Yeah, buddy.
Girl.
So she just test the waters, just test it over and over and over. And I think she was going to see if I was going to like break down.
Yeah.
And mom's not coming anymore. That means I can do what I want to do, or she's given up and she's going to let me do what I want to do. And it never happened. I never let her do what she wanted to do.
Do you think that's what the rebellion years are about? That
It's
they're
testing.
just testing.
It's testing.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I wasn't just completely out of order for a reason, and not to. But we did have a lot of stuff going on in the house. And
we all have choices though with the stuff going on.
I made
babe.
poor choices.
Yes, you did. That's okay. We made it through.
Emotional
You
choices.
did.
I made
it
emotional
through.
choices. I made like,
But you survived.
Yeah.
You survived.
When
That's
you think
it.
about it, we laugh about some of the stuff now because back then it wasn't funny.
I'll never
It wasn't
forget
funny.
doing stuff in front of people. Like it's like her signature move. Like I went across the street. Remember the little boy across the street? I had to be only 7 years old, but I never forget it because the whole neighborhood was out there.
Oh, she got a spanking.
She got a switch, and I was across the street, and she told me not to be over there. And I remember she said, "Didn't I tell you not to be over there?" And she came across the street, and she whooped me across the street. Now, across the street was our house, and literally there was probably about 7 or 8 kids on our porch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was summertime. All those kids, we all go to the same camp at the Salvation Army, a little camp. And oh my gosh, they all saw me get whipped across the street. And we had to go to camp in the morning. Everybody at camp scarred.
Bless your heart.
See, I think that's why.
That's why when you got it.
I had so many like scarred people looking at you and like
she would do the most out of pocket.
But
it was curious.
It was extreme. Yeah. Some of it was extreme. Like I never. Do you know? They was like, Robbie, the one that got beat across the street. Yeah.
You know what? In my neighborhood, anybody could whoop you.
Yeah,
that is.
We were not safe. And
yeah.
we were somewhere. My mom had given permission. If you see Diane, if you see any other ones, and they're doing anything, you have permission to spank them. And I need you to call me after you spank them.
Because they're getting another one.
Because they're getting another spanking.
Yeah.
It was open season on kids. Oh. I mean, you couldn't do stuff. It'd be before you got home, you were already told on. There's no way you could have did something and somebody all the way up that street didn't call and told on you.
I hated it coming up, but I am so grateful for it now.
The poor kids.
But I just think we didn't get it. It just didn't sit right then. At the time, it didn't sit right. Y'all was just doing too much. Y'all was just doing too Too much. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and we've been talking. And I ain't even hit half the questions I had for you. I've just been enjoying this so much, but I want to shift, and I want to allow. I want you to answer some of the questions from some of the mothers who are in some of the stages that you've been talking about with my girl Robbie. I knew you were bad. I didn't know you was that bad. I didn't know you was that bad. But we'll be right back. We're gonna start that right after this. We're gonna take this brief break.
It's just a family here. I was a Division I athlete, stopped playing basketball, and it's been really nice to come back here because I pushed myself in ways here that I wouldn't on my own. Getting my inner athlete back.
I was a little nervous, but I thought I'm just gonna go and see how it is. But it was so much fun. It was so intense. Coach Kev is so great. If I'm feeling like, oh man, I don't even feel like working out today or something, if I called him, he would like, get your butt to the gym. It makes a difference when you have that kind of support system.
I greet him with a smile, I greet him with a hug, and tell him, hey, we on this journey together. And that's the biggest thing. They know that I'm there with them on that journey.
I'm traumatized.
I know, right? We are back, and for those just tuning in, I am joined by Diane Irving and her daughter Robbie, who've been pouring her life experiences and wisdom into us. What I want to do now, excuse me. What I want to do now is I want to shift just a little bit. We have some questions and issues that have arisen with some of our audience and some other things that kind of came up throughout the series. And as a mother with so much wisdom, with so much experience, I want to kind of give you an opportunity to talk to and encourage some of our other mothers right now. So the first question is, what would you say to a mother who is dealing with a daughter that's pregnant, a young daughter that's pregnant?
First thing is just love on her hard, because she's harder on herself than you would ever be. I know from experience with Rob, she was harder on herself. You know, even she said things, but she was upset with herself because she's a goal kind of oriented girl. Always goal, perfectionist in what she does. And she was harder on herself than I was, because I was a teen mom, but my mom was always there because I was married early. So when I had babies, my mom was always there. So I'm going to be here for you. My mom was here for you. Why wouldn't I be here for you? What do you need for me to do? Because I'm going to do it. You know, that's the main thing, is let them know that a mistake or an accident or whatever you want to call it isn't an accident. God has a plan for every baby.
Yes.
Every child has a plan.
Yes.
So he had a plan for you to be a mother. So your mother is going to encourage you, like I did for her. I'm going to help you. What do you need me to help you with? Because if I can make it, and my mom made it at 16 and got married at 16, and I got married at 19, and she had her babies early. She needed all the wisdom of my mom, my grandmothers, that you can do this. And she went back and got her degree, and graduated. She's accomplished realtor now. She's got other things underneath her belt. And I said, greatness is in you. Don't you give up. Because if you give up, it can't get out.
Oh. See, that's why you just love mamas. Robbie, what about you? What would you say to a mother who's dealing with a young daughter that's pregnant right now?
What she just said, really. I just encouraging, and the situation is not detrimental to the point where your life is not over. It's a new season. It's a new part of your life that is really special. And it's like with my mom, she encouraged me. And on days that I really just didn't feel like it, she felt like it.
Oh.
you know,
I love
and
it.
that's what I would say to a mother. It's like, you know, it's a blessing. Babies are blessings. And I know the situation, maybe it's not ideal, but it doesn't have to be consuming that, you know, your daughter's life isn't over. It's beginning.
Beginning. Yeah.
He almost made me feel like it's, you know, this is, you know, it's not perfect, but you know what? It's like she never made me not want to be a mom.
Oh, I love that.
Like
I
literally,
love that.
like it was not an option not to be a mom. That's one. But she never made me feel like I couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just, yeah.
What would you say to a mother whose daughter is so independent in thought she will not listen to anything? Wow.
It's going to take a lot of prayer. It's going to take, first of all, the mother has to realize she may be looking in the mirror. Because some of the things your daughter is doing are things you've done. And then you have to be honest with yourself. Okay, if I'm going to get her through it, I can't be angry with her. I know I did this. I can't make her feel badly about the choice, so bad that she's not able to function, because I did the same stuff. And remember, the mirror's looking right at you. And you don't want things to repeat. Because, see, the things we hide and we think nobody knows shows up in the next generation. That's a lie. It's coming up again. So what you think you hid and nobody ever knew, if you're not dealt with that yourself, it's coming up again. So you want your daughter to do better than you did, but she needs help to get it done. That's the key to it. Because one thing about in this era that I grew up, if someone got pregnant early in the 60s, 50s, 60s, I'm dating myself, they were married next week, baby. This was over. There was the marriage immediately if someone got pregnant. That's how it is. Now, young girls, it's not there like that. So they have to have, they say a tribe, you have to have more than a tribe. You have to have really people that are on your team.
Yeah.
A bunch of people, a tribe in the way is not going to do you any good. You got to have committed people who are committed to you, committed to children, and committed to love you. The whole big tribe may not be on your side, but there's somebody God's got for you that'll help you get through it.
Yeah.
That's the key to it.
I love that. I love that. I do. I love that. Okay, so what would you say to a mother that feels like she's failing tremendously? Robbie?
Oh Lord. How many times have I felt that? Like,
Because I really think it's all in our head.
it is. It's a trick of the enemy. No, it really is. And it's like, you're not failing. I mean, I have to remind myself, and you know what? I'm not failing because I'm I'm still moving. I'm still getting it. I'm still pursuing a purpose and a plan that I didn't create, that God created. And, you know, I would tell the young lady, like, it's not about being perfect, you know.
That's right.
It's not about being perfect, because if you're trying to be perfect, you're going to lose. You know, it's like, enjoy your moments. And if you want more moments, my motto is create moments.
Yeah.
Create opportunities for yourself. And I'm like that. It's like, I will do whatever I need to do so that I can have a moment that means something to me. Because if it means something to me, I don't care about anybody else.
So your daughter.
That's her.
So what's your advice to a mother that feels like she has no clue what she's doing?
Wow. You know what? A lot of us started out that way. Actually, everybody starts out that way when you're a new mother. You don't have a clue. That's why you got to reach out to whoever's close that you interact with. You know, if it's not your mother, it could be an aunt, you know, somebody who feels you and gives you some advice is a good partner. Somebody's going to give you good advice and that you trust. Find somebody that you trust. And once you start listening to what they say, don't throw everything in the garbage when they say something to you. You're going to have to meditate on it. Even if you don't like it, that's the key to it. Even if I don't like it, you know, my mom would say stuff to me that, you know, I don't care what you don't like, because it didn't matter. You're going to still have to do so and so. You have to take proactive steps.
Yeah.
And fight off that depression. That's a defeatist spirit. Because you are, in your mind, defeating yourself. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
And you can do all things through Christ. And God's going to have somebody there that you can trust. And then pump your own self up. Go do something that makes you feel good. Go shopping. Go get your hair done. Go get something done. And that's superficial, but on the inside, read your Bible. Get in a group of women and talk.
Yeah.
Get with somebody that can bear your arms up. Because everybody goes through weak times. Everybody needs somebody. And that's the truth. Everybody does.
It's so cute.
I'm going to cry.
I remember my mom, we were coming up and we struggled quite a bit. We were really broke. And I remember seeing her at the kitchen table when she thought nobody was around, nobody was watching. I remember often sneaking into the kitchen and just seeing her at the table with bills on the table, crying and praying. But she was stressed out because she was struggling to make ends meet. And she had a lot of children and no help. What is your advice to a mother who is single and is struggling and is trying to, Mama, in my opinion, but I was young, I had different eyes. I'm like, where are the people that should be encouraging her and motivating her and helping her? What's your advice? What would you say to a young mother who's in a place like that right now?
First, she's going to have to shake herself. First of all, shake herself. Like you said, your mom would sit there and pray, and she'd look at, the evidence is there that there's a problem. There's this evidence. But if you pray and get moving, something happened. I know it was. I went through a situation. I was married for almost 24 years. And the last 4 years were like, oh, it's horrible. I was used to traveling out, ministering and going. And if I didn't work in the salon or own it, I'd have a Monday, we'd have prayer meeting. I was active. But when my kids got attacked, there was such a harder attack from kids. See, PK kids, children who are in church, when the attack hits them like that, if you think the mother's like she's thrown in the river, the kids are like, what the heck ever happened?
Yeah.
So all the things that I used to do, like ministry, I know God told me, put a hold on that. Because sometimes I could take the kids with me. If I was going to minister, I get them to a camp, or I let them. My son flew with me one time. That was a bad mistake. He acted up so bad at the airport. I was like, they sent a ticket to the son. I said, I can never bring him again. Still, well, no, God's working on it. So, still working on it. But the thing is, you can't be the one to give up. And nobody's going to walk up to you and volunteer to help you. That's what I noticed, because I was really suffering. And but I prayed. People drove. I lived in Illinois. They drove from Chicago to bring me food, clothing for my kids by the truckloads. Remember that year?
Yeah, actually.
They just said, we're on the way. I didn't tell them my business. They just knew that my household, my kids and I were underneath an attack, and this wasn't normal for us. And they were not used to lack like this. And they just showed up. There was 2 carloads of stuff from Chicago. And they bought Christmas toys. They bought food. They bought clothing. There was so much that I called the friends that I knew. And my sister and some of the other ladies that used to have a prayer meeting at my house, I called them to come get some of the stuff. Wow. It was so much stuff. There's no way my kids and I, we didn't have nowhere to put all that stuff. It was clothing, it was food, it was Christmas stuff. And so I just started calling people to just, please come get this stuff. I just got blessed. But I never called them. When God does it, that's such an encouragement to know. It was at Psalms 31, he said, his ear is inclined into my voice. From out of his temple, he heard my cry. When you somewhere crying and you didn't go tell sister so-and-so and she didn't went behind your back and told brother got it going on, everybody know your business, but nothing came through, just talk to God. I was just praying and fasting about it and they just showed up. So if she really wants to make it, she got to commit herself. I got to get closer to God too.
Yeah.
You can't do it alone.
Yeah.
You got to be somewhere where somebody's going to hear your cry, or they're going to hear the voice of God.
Yeah.
And not turn and look at her, look at her, look at her. What's going on with her? But you got to get out there and not be afraid. Somebody's there
to help you.
I know he'll do it.
Yes. I just love you. Robbie, let's talk to a mother who is suffering from depression.
Oh, good one. Been there. Okay.
Because it seems like it's hitting, and quite a few people have made some comments about it, but it seemed like it's hit, especially right now, it's hitting so many more. Depression is just attacking so many more mothers right now.
Don't try to do it by yourself. Like, the way that you're feeling, you acknowledge the feeling. You acknowledge it. Yeah, you know you're not feeling good and you're feeling depressed. But if you don't make movement, that's where you're going to stay. Yeah. And even if you don't want to, it's like acknowledge how you're feeling and acknowledge that you don't want to feel that way. And reach out, say something to someone, do something, get out of the house, get your babies, and hey, what are you doing? But you have to voice. You have to create sound. You have to.
I like that.
You have
to create sound.
Yes. And it's like the subtle, I'm thinking of somebody and it's on my heart. I know they're depressed and I know they're going through, and speaking out is like they're doing their best to speak out. I know that. You know what I mean? And I know they are. And it's like, it's almost like a release if you can do it for yourself almost, but like to make the movement to do things differently if you want change. If you don't want to be wearing that cloak of depression, take it off and give it a moment. I mean, you're not going to feel 110 like right away, but make it movement. It's like a speaking up and do things differently, create the change that you're wanting. Like you have to, because the enemy's going to keep trying to do the same thing. You made it through this time, but he's going to come right back and do it again. And he's going to keep trying to use the same tactics over and over and over until you have to initiate it. You have to be the one. That's true. You do. I had to do it for myself.
Yeah.
But when I did it for myself and I made steps, God made sure that there was people around me to help me, but I had to help myself. Because the enemy was like, I'm just going to keep doing this. Why change it up? It's working.
Yeah.
That, and it could be, you said mothers. The thing about a mother, even a new mother, even an older mother, because young ladies are having their children later now. Some young women are into their careers, so they're waiting longer. But depression sneaks up because you've already gone through labor. Is not fun. Being pregnant, but your body is changing. So every mother has a bout with depression after birth, as soon as you have a birth, no matter what, because your hormones are changing. And that's just scientific. That's how it goes. They name it postpartum or whatever you want to call it, but every woman who's ever had a child has had a bout with that. You've had a hormonal change. You're inactive. You're not moving. You're not happy with how you look. All those things mean, like Robbie was saying, those are things you can change. And those are the things only you can change too, by getting movement, getting up, walking, letting somebody keep the baby instead of you babysitting all day long. Get a break. Take care of yourself physically. Go get a gym, work out, take some nutrients. Your hormones are off. Get some, get some things for the inside and the outside. They'll say, what happened to you? But you got to do all those things.
Yeah. It's like you losing weight, you're doing good for yourself, but then you're over in the corner eating your ho-hos. And it's, but it's like, or it's like a thief that keeps like coming to steal your stuff. You know he a thief. His name is Leroy. And when Leroy,
wait a minute now, because Be in love with
But
Leroy.
Leroy is my name. But you know, Leroy just ain't right. And every time you see him, you let him in and he steal all your stuff. I mean, you got to make the change. Lock the door.
That's right.
I mean, there's changes that you can do.
Yeah.
Depression is real. It really is. But it doesn't have to be like you accept depression. You have to accept to want to wear that coat. Like in your mind, you don't think you have a choice, but you do have a choice.
Okay, I got time for one more question. Let's talk boundaries. What would you say to a mother, and this is both of y'all before we get ready to get out of here, who's trying to establish boundaries in her life?
With people?
They just said a mother establishing boundaries.
Oh, the rest of that question got to have a period somewhere.
Well, okay. So let's take it this way: a mother who's trying to create boundaries with her children.
Yeah. You know, that's hard because if you initiating boundaries needs to happen in the beginning. There's no cutoff. You can always initiate. You can always implement at all times. I do believe, but I can tell you when it comes to my children, when they were kids, I know what I can tolerate and I know what I can't tolerate. I'm not doing these shenanigans. When we go to the store, lay out if you want to. Get left. Exactly. Now, that's children. Stay in place, paying no bills. Boundaries with older, like friends or adults in society. It's like, you're not going to treat me crazy and think you're going to get away with it. We're not doing that. That's a boundary right there. How do you create? You treat people the way you want to be treated. That is a commonly said thing. But when someone is coming at you that wants to treat you poorly, and my boundary is you're not going to do that. And at the end of the day, who I am as a person, you don't help me breathe. You ain't helping me keep my joy. And you ain't paying none of my bills. There's the boundaries.
A mama kid. You wisdom's child. Just in case you
and then you be respectful.
Ladies, I want to say thank you. This has been so great. Yeah, we've been talking for an hour.
Really?
It never does. It never does. And we didn't even get all of our questions. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a follow-up so you can answer some more of these questions. But I just want to let you know how much I appreciate the both of you coming and sitting down and speaking with me and talking to our mothers and all the wisdom and the love. And you're so gentle and graceful. Both of y'all are.
God can tenderize you if you let
He can. He puts
No, she's a great role model.
She is just amazing. And I just appreciate you. And you are too, friend.
Yes, I am.
You are too. I love you. I love you both. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time. Thank you for coming back this week. I love you both so much.
I love you too.
There is something comforting that I've learned on this journey. And it's at any point we all feel lost, confused, and turned around as if we're failing or just like we are wondering. And I used to think that was a bad thing, but I now realize that it isn't bad. In those moments of wondering, we run right into each other. And when we connect and we're open and honest with each other and allow those connections to develop, we get the benefit. You get the benefit of my experience, and I get the benefit of your experience. And together, we obtain wisdom we wouldn't have received individually. And that wisdom strengthens us, and it reminds us that we are not alone, and it gives us guidance for our next level. Hey, and that is what next level is all about. I pray that you have enjoyed the stories we've been sharing and that you found some understanding and inspiration in the wisdom that have been shared by these mothers, daughters, sisters, aunts, and friends. And if you've missed any of this series, you can watch all of our replays on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Also, continue to follow us on all social media platforms at Next Level Conversations for daily wisdom that will inspire, uplift, and transform you on your journey forward. And I want to give you a special invite to check out the WinWinWomen.tv network, the world's only interactive free live streaming network exclusively for women by women. You can watch unlimited shows on the topics you care about. And while you're over there, make sure you tune in each Wednesday at 7 p.m. to Next Level Conversations, where we explore the impact of trauma on our daily lives and provide you with tools to help you heal so you can live. Until next week, I love you and go be great.